This is the Apple OG AirPods Pro one. This is the first Apple AirPods Pro uh, that Apple has released back in October 30, 2019. It was the first Apple AirPods Pro after the AirPods second generation that Apple has first released an AirPods with an ear tip design. Yeah. So without any further ado, let's get started into the review. Okay, so now let's do some unboxing. If this is how you'll see the documentation. You get some tax invoice, Apple sticker, and some Apple notes. Now, if I just keep it aside, you get Apple AirPods Pro, and if you just lift it, you get some extra ear tips, and you get this Type-C to Lightning cable. Okay, that's pretty much the unboxing experience. Yeah, this is all that you get with the AirPods. This AirPods Pro have dual beamforming forward facing microphone which has a pretty nice microphone quality. The transparency mode, let's talk about the transparency mode. AirPods is like the pinnacle of transparency mode. The transparency mode, it has like the AirPods Pro has set a benchmark in the market. This has transparency mode way better than any other TWS in the market. If you wear it and use transparency mode, the sound pass through this transparency mode, it will start to feel like you haven't wear anything, like you have to double check whether you are still wearing the AirPods Pro or not. So I'm telling you, the transparency mode feels like you have nothing wear it at all. And when you compare to other earphone, they sound like robotic. But with this, the sound quality doesn't take a dip. So that's how the perfect the transparency quality on this AirPods Pro. AirPods Pro has set a benchmark in the market, which is known for its transparency. And now if we talk about the voice isolation feature, which is calling feature, like if you are in a voice call or in a camera mode, or like whenever the microphone is activated, if you turn on the voice isolation feature of this AirPods Pro, it will also cancel out perfectly the external noise. So this also, since it has an extensive array of microphone, it has extensive microphone array, so it cancels out external noise it perfectly. You wouldn't even hear the external noise that is coming. So that's a pretty nice feature if you ask me. Yeah, this is the microphone quality on Apple AirPods Pro Gen 1. This is how it sound now. This is the microphone is in the standard mode, and if I turn on the voice, let me first turn on some noise, wind noise. Let's wait for a second. Okay. Now, if this is the standard mode of AirPods Pro. Now, if I turn on the voice isolation feature of this AirPods Pro, okay, this is how the voice isolation feature of AirPods Pro 2 sounds. Now let's talk about the chip. It has Apple H1 chip. It also supports Bluetooth 5, and this AirPods have an internal mic which constantly listen to what you hear, like what music you hear. And it since it also have an external mic, it also hear ambient noise, so it will adapt the music and vocal quality, like vocal pitch and frequency according to your ambient noise, so that you can hear crystal clear audio and enjoy the perfect beat and thump of the music in any condition. See, it also has an air vent, like here you can see it also has an air vent over here and this side. So what it does when you turn on active noise cancellation, it tries to balance the sound pressure so that you don't feel the extreme sound pressure when you usually use active noise cancelling headphone. Yeah, it also has auto music play pause feature. Like if you wear it, like this, and when you unplug your earphone, like if you take away your earphone and like if you like, for instance, like if you're listening to music and if you take one earbuds out, then what it does is that it pauses the music instantly, and if you again put it back into ear, it again starts playing back the music. All this is all thanks to this sensor over here. As you can see, this is a sensor. Okay, so what it does, it act in monitors like whether you're wearing it or not. Actually this is a optical sensor in AirPods Pro Gen 1. In AirPods Pro Gen 2 they have they have a skin detecting sensor. Okay, so yeah, this has also, so all this happens like autoplay pause, and also that external music adaptability, like with external noise and internal music quality, all that happens in real time, all thanks to the Apple H1 chip. This has extreme computing power, this Apple H1 chip. And thanks to this H1, this can deliver amazing extraordinary sound quality. Yeah, this is all about the chip. Now let's talk about the new feature that Apple has launched with this generation of Apple AirPods Pro. It is called the Air Tip Fit Test. It is called Air Tip Fit Test. So what it does is that it when you place, like if you place it in your ear like this, if when you wear it, and you must be in a very quiet room. Okay, so you must be in a very quiet room. What it does, it plays a music, and it checks through that internal microphone and external microphone. What it check is that whether the sound is leaking through your ear or not. If the sound leaks, that means the ear tip that you're using is not the right fit, so it will suggest you to use a better fitting ear tip. And also it checks whether the sound is leaking or not. And with the help of this AirTip fit test, it also checks that this AirPods makes a proper seal or not, so that the external sound doesn't leak into your ear, like the external sound doesn't leak into your ear. So this is what AirTip fit test does, and now I'll show you how it happens. Okay, so now I'll show you how the ear tip fit test work. So what you need to do is, first you need to wear your earpods like this, and you must need to make sure that you are in a very quiet room. Then you just take your iPhone. This thing only works with iPhone. Okay, so you go to settings, then here, then you come down, you come to active fit test, and you can see it checks a good seal will improve overall audio quality with deeper bass and richer low frequency, and a good seal will also keep noise from leaking in or out, results in better noise cancellation. So you hit continue, then press this play button. So as you can see, the ear tip current that I'm currently using is providing me good seal. Okay, so yeah, this is what ear tip fit test feels like. And okay, so yeah, this is the ear tip fit test. Now I'll show you how spatial audio works. It first takes a 3D scan of your both ears, and then it delivers personalized spatial audio with head tracking feature. Okay, so I'll show you how it happens. First, let me turn on the screen recording so that you can see. Okay, so first what you need to do is go to settings, come down to your AirPod setting, then your personalized specialized audio. So right now I'm using it, that's why. So what you need to do is, then you tap on the personalized spatial audio. For that you need to take out your earpods from your ear, since you need to scan the ear. you press continue, you can see it's showing position your iPhone in front of you so that your face is in the camera frame. Move your head to the left and then to the right. So let's do it. Just you can see I'm doing now. Okay, so the personalized spatial audio setup has been done. Now if I just put my earpods on to my ear and play any music. Okay, okay, so now if I turn on the music, as you can see, you got three options. First, spatial audio is turned off. This is the fixed mode, like the stereo has been in spatial mode in two channel. And if you turn on the head tracking, you can, if you move your head, what it does is the sound feels towards the front and you feel surrounded with the music. And if you move your head like this, the sound comes from this ear. If you move your head like this, the sound comes from this ear. It's pretty 360 sound like feature. And this is how you turn on the transparency mode and noise cancellation mode. Yeah. Now let's talk about the Dolby Atmos feature of these AirPods. If you use the right combination of the apps, and then this Dolby Atmos feature is only available on iPhone, Mac, Apple TV, iPad, basically all the Apple devices. So if you use the right combination of app like the official app by Apple, those are Apple Music and Apple TV. If you listen to those streaming services using these AirPods, then you can definitely enjoy Dolby Atmos. So not all the titles have Dolby Atmos over there, because some music and some movies, not movies but typical trailers of those movies, are not Dolby Atmos. So when the content is available on Dolby Atmos, you can definitely enjoy the Dolby Atmos on your AirPods, on these AirPods, that is a Pro Gen 1. And you need to the music, the sound clarity, the music, the thump of the music, they feel very much downright magical, and you need to hear it in order to believe it. So yeah, the sound quality through Dolby Atmos is just magical. You need to have hands-on experience in order to believe my words. And then that is so much extraordinary, if you ask me, man. Now let me just show you how you can understand what kind of, like, whether Dolby Atmos is currently playing or stereo music is playing. So what you need to do is just take out the earpods from the case, put it in your ear and play any music. Like for instance, since Apple Music, since YouTube Music doesn't have Dolby Atmos support for it, so when I use YouTube Music, if you scroll, if you open Control Center, touch and hold for this, then you can see here it is showing stereo. Okay, and these are the sound control option. Here you can toggle the voice noise cancellation off, noise cancellation on, the transparency mode, all this thing. And this is the for spatial audio, this is the spatial audio off, this is the fixed mode, and this is the head tracking mode, as I've explained. Okay, so as you can see, this is currently it is using stereo mode. You can also check the sound pressure. This is a real-time sound pressure. For this to work perfectly, you need to use authentic Apple AirPods tip and the right model also. Like if your AirPod is the Pro Gen 1, you should always use the Pro Gen 1 AirPods tip and not the Pro 2 also. They both actually are same, but the material is kind of like different. So that's why they don't show accurate result of the sound pressure. So now if I go to Apple TV, which supports Dolby Atmos. Now if I play some show, since wait since as you can see, this supports Dolby Atmos. It is written over here, it supports Dolby Atmos. Okay, so whenever I play Dolby Atmos content, it starts playing Dolby Atmos right to your ear through earpods. So now you can use head tracking with Dolby Atmos and head tracking enabled. This feels just downright magical. This feels absolutely magical. It feels like you are in kind of like a cinema theater, but this is what it is, and this feels just amazing. Yeah. Now I'll show you how share audio works on if you have two earpods. You can use this feature like this share audio. So first let me turn on the screen recording for you guys. Okay, so first what you do is press this button, then press the share audio option, then you need to bring in another pair of earpods net to your iPhone, then it will instantly pop up here and you can tap on it and definitely connect to it. Since I have only one earpod, I'm very much sorry that I cannot show you the demonstration of it, but this is how it will work. Now let's talk about the Bluetooth range of this Apple AirPods Pro. This may seem like a very teeny tiny device to you, but the Bluetooth range, the Bluetooth range of this Apple AirPods Pro is just extraordinary. Like these have some serious Bluetooth range. Like the other day I went to my roof that is just above this level. So what I did was I was actually listening to music while I went to the roofs. So I kept my iPhone to this level, and when I went to the roof the music didn't even got disconnected. Like it didn't even disconnect for once. And my room is to this corner and I went to diagonally to that corner, eh, diagonally opposite. Okay, so even though I went travel across so much of distance, the Bluetooth didn't even disconnect. Even the CD worked perfectly, flawlessly, without any hiccup. And heck, even on call, like for testing this AirPods Pro, so what I did was I was on call to another person, so I told him to monitor my voice clarity. Okay, so he didn't even like I also that time also I crossed the same distance, like he didn't for once notice any kind of voice clarity degradation over crossing that much of distance. Okay, so the Bluetooth range, the mic pickup quality, everything is just flawless if you ask me. Like you wouldn't even notice, and the other person on call also you wouldn't even notice. Okay, so the Bluetooth range you can definitely rely on. This teeny tiny device have an outstanding Bluetooth range. This case supports wireless charging. It is a Qi enable. It supports Qi enable wireless charger, and it also has a lightning port. You can also use a lightning port to charge this, and this does not have MagSafe because the MagSafe was not introduced when this thing was released. So this doesn't have MagSafe, but you can use it with any of your Qi enable charger, and you can also use it on your MagSafe charger also. It doesn't have to be only Qi charger. I have a MagSafe charger and I use it on I use my MagSafe charger to use charges this device. But the one downside is that it won't stick to it. If your MagSafe charger is like this vertical, it won't stick to it. And but if your MagSafe charger is laying off on a flat surface, then it will rest on it and starts charging. There's no problem in that. Yep, that's about the case. Yeah, on a side note, I have noticed one thing with the battery of this AirPods Pro is that the both battery of these eartips, they like drops at a very much similar level. Like if For instance, like if this is on the battery, if the battery of this is 97 after using for no after using for an hour, if the battery on this thing is 80, the maximum it can go down, or maximum the difference that it can show is of more like +2 or +3, and not more than that. Like if it is on 80, it can be around like somewhere around like 77, or somewhere around, like if you consider the higher point, like it will be around 83, but not more than that. This is a great thing that I found on these airports, because I have also a Sony TWS earbuds. That thing, like the battery drop is very erratic, if you ask me. Like if this thing has 100%, sometimes you can find your this earbuds is at around like 10% or 25%. That thing is very erratic. But this over the how many years, over the course of 4 to 5 years, I have never found a case where this thing has shown that kind of battery level inconsistency. So this is a very good point, if you ask me. Now I'll show you the Find My feature of this AirPods Pro. Since it is an Apple product, it comes with a Find My feature also. So it is not as accurate as the AirPods Pro 2, but since that thing has H2 chip and this one H1, that thing is pretty much accurate. That ultra wideband chip and the H2 is pretty strong, and it easily connects with Apple device with great ease. But this thing is not that great, but this does the job. So what you need to do is, let me just show you. Okay, so you come to Find My, then here, then use the find option, then you can see, if I just hide it, it shows like this. Now if I bring it here, and if I so it doesn't show you the direction, since this thing doesn't have Apple H2 chip. So that's the one downside of it. Yeah. This has IPX4 water resistance, so it's pretty much resistant to your sweat, so you can comfortably use it in your gym. It won't bother. You can also use it in light rain, but just don't dip it in underwater, because I don't think it will handle that. But airports have been known have great response. If you like search it on online forum, many people have dipped their airports in water also. Still after that, nothing has happened to the airport. Same goes with this also. Like it is advised not to dip it underwater, but if accidents happen, then you are totally fine with it. So what I will suggest you is that you can easily wear it in light rain, and if you are doing gym also, then the sweat will do nothing with this. Okay, so since this is IPX4 water resistant rating, so you are perfectly safe in that regard. So now let's talk about the price. Since this is the first AirPods Pro. After this, the AirPods Pro 2 has released. AirPods Pro 2 Lightning version has released, and after that, Apple has again refreshed their AirPods Pro 2 with USB-C. The last two doesn't have any hardware difference. Only this is the first Gen 1, and after this Gen 1 they released two consecutively, not consecutively, after a year or so. They just changed the Type C port on the third version and nothing else. So since this has been released a long back ago, so this has seen a great discount. And this thing also has a it is also receive firmware update now also, even after like now it's 2025, it still receive firmware update. So from price point of view, provide great value factor with this. It provide great value factor, so you can definitely check it out if you're tight on budget, and if you just want. And the great thing about AirPods Pro is that this has tip, unlike your AirPods the normal version, that doesn't have ear tips. So this provides a greater seal compared to the base version of AirPods. So this is a great this is a great feature if you ask me. Not feature, this is a great thing if you ask me, since it seals environmental noise more perfectly as compared to the latest version of the base AirPods. So that's it.